So this is Michael. He is our sort of newbie traveler. Not a lot of travel experience or using the website, but has been to Pearson before. So thanks, Michael, for doing this testing with us today. What we're going to do is go through a couple of different scenarios that I'm going to have you try here on the website. And you'll just share your feedback on how easy it is to perform the scenarios and any feedback you have. This is confidential, and we'll have you signing that non-disclosure we discussed earlier.
Okay.
So let's begin with the first scenario. I'll read it aloud here. So you're at a cafe in downtown Toronto. You're making a quick stop for coffee before going to Pearson to see a friend who's arriving in Toronto from San Francisco. You remember she mentioned that she'd be arriving in the evening on an Air Canada flight, but she didn't send you all the details. You don't know the flight number or terminal or the exact time of arrival. Your phone is out of juice, but you do have a laptop. You're in a hurry, so as your first task at Pearson.com, which is up on the screen there, I'd like you to find the flight information. So flight number for that San Francisco flight, that terminal, and the arrival status.
Okay. I see. Okay. Sure. I could probably just search San Francisco. Arrivals from. And there's 3 here. Trying to remember the other details.
So Air Canada flight. Do you see an Air Canada option?
Well, okay. There was. Hold on. Let me go back. There's 3 Air Canada ones here. AC. 738.
They're from San Francisco?
All of them. These 3.
Oh, so it's like today is June 4th and you're picking up the person tonight, so you just grab the June 4th scenario.
Yeah. Okay. And it's been canceled.
All right, so that's some good information at least. Do you see any other way you could have gotten to that information offhand?
I am not sure. Arrivals. I guess then I would just type it in though.
Okay.
Which, I mean, would just be San Francisco, but I don't know.
Do you want to type it in and see if there's any difference in your experience?
And then it's right here.
All right. I guess, based on what you did, any feedback? Was it relatively easy to find? Any suggestions?
It was pretty easy to find. I just forgot that it was tonight, as in June 4th. But other than that, yeah, it's fine. You can just type the city and you basically got it.
Okay. Another task along these lines is to look into whether or not you would have free Wi-Fi at the airport.
Okay. That's a good question. Would it be here? Yeah. Maybe. Oh, yeah, free Wi-Fi. This is at the airport.
Looks like we can use free Wi-Fi courtesy of American Express.
Yeah.
So how did you find that in terms of finding the information?
Pretty easily, because, I mean, if you want to know anything that's at the airport, there's a section right here while you're here. Tells you free Wi-Fi, eat and drink, anything, I guess, you would need. So yeah, pretty easy.
All right, cool. We're gonna go to a second scenario now. So the scenario is, in a few days, you'd be flying out of Toronto Pearson, traveling on vacation to Mexico.
Mexico. Okay.
You'd be gone for a week. You plan to park your car at the airport. Inclement weather is expected on the day of your travel and while you're away, so you'd prefer to have your car parked in covered parking as close to the terminal as possible, but you also don't want to spend more money than you need to. So on the Pearson website, can you find out your parking options and which ones would be the most economical? Which one would be the most economical?
Okay. Departures. Mexico. Hold on. Oh wait, this is okay.
So remember, this is for parking.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Parking. What time? I mean.
So assume it's Monday of next week you're going.
Okay. And then whatever time. I don't know. I'll just do like 4:40. Just a random thing. When would I like to pick up my vehicle? So how long am I staying?
It's a week.
Week. Okay. Yeah. Then I don't know. Whatever time. Sure. All terminals. So as close to the terminal.
So this is the terminal your flight would go. You could
Yeah.
pick whatever option you'd like there.
Okay. That are closest to your gate. Okay. And no, wait, not okay. June. Oh wait, hold on. June 4th. No. June 7th to June 14th. There. Entry time. Oh wait, closest parking to terminal. Okay, yeah. I don't know. I'll just do random times.
So this is reserving.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see the parking options.
Okay.
Are you able here to see the, I guess, covered garage option?
Yeah, these two.
And do we have a sense of the most economical one?
This one is cheaper, yeah. Not by too much, but just like less than $1.
Okay, so it looks like depending on which terminal your flight from Mexico is out of, you would pick which one of these accordingly.
Yeah.
So, looking at this and, trying to find uncovered parking for the best fee, how do you rate your experience in kind of finding it the way you did?
Um, hmm. Uh, I mean, it was pretty easy to find, like, you know, if you reserve it, it brings you to the closest one to the terminal, and it's pretty obvious which ones are in a covered garage, so you're gonna know where you're gonna be parking pretty easily. You're gonna know which one is gonna be cheaper, or how much you want to spend, I guess, for it.
Is there
Yeah.
anything you'd suggest to improve your experience?
Not that I can think of, no.
Okay. So we're going to do one more scenario.
Okay. Just go back.
Perfect. So recently you were at Pearson traveling to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
After you've arrived, you realize your mobile phone is missing. You believe you've misplaced it somewhere at the airport in Toronto. So the task on the website, find how you might recover your missing phone.
Okay. What would this be? Oh, security. Okay, never mind. um, hmm. Hold on. Oh, there's a lost and found here. Okay. And then you could report the lost item here. If it was found, then you can go there. Okay. So report lost item. And then you can file the report. Right? And then, yeah. Which terminal and where. What it is. So, if it's phone, electronics, I don't know what to put for terminal. I guess I could just assume it's a parking garage. Cell phone, and then, yeah, whatever color it could be, the case color, the brand, I don't know, Apple. Model, because it's just, right, iPhone X or whatever phone it was. And yeah, and then you can just fill out the rest, what date you lost it, and yeah.
Okay, so looking at the options of going there or reporting it on the website like this, are those, I guess, satisfactory options to you?
Yeah.
Any other suggestions or feedback?
I think the only thing that I could say is that if you're at the home page here and you want to go and find, because I guess, filling that stuff out and all that is really useful and really easy to do. To get there where it says while you're here, it's a bit, I don't know, the lost and found section is a bit, maybe not out of place, but a bit hard to find, because if you're gonna go through and, if you want to look for a lost and found thing, sometimes this might not be, the first thing you go to, just because this is typically for the other things, like free Wi-Fi, eat and drink. I guess it's could be a little out of place in some people's minds. That's about it.
Okay. So those are the tasks and scenarios. I'm just going to go back. So scenario 1, where we were looking at the flight information. On a scale of 1 to 5, what would be your score in satisfaction? 1 being lowest, 5 being highest.
Probably 5. It was really easy. Like, even if you just know where they're coming from, if you type, like, for example, in that scenario, San Francisco, arrivals from, you have all of them. You have, any information you could need, as long as you know when they're coming or what the flight number is. You can fill in the gaps by knowing just a little amount of information. So it's really convenient here.
Okay. And the second task on finding the free Wi-Fi info, what would you rate that?
I would also rate that a 5, because the placement of it makes sense while you're here, so you know what's at the airport itself, and you just have to scroll down a little bit and you'll find it.
Okay, great. Scenario 2, with the parking, on the same scale 1 to 5, how would you rate that experience?
Probably like a 4. Because it's really easy to find, where you have to go for parking. It says it right there. You go down, parking, and yeah, and then you can, if you reserve, then you can get closest to the terminal, closest to your gate. And yeah, it's pretty easy too, I guess.
Okay. And then the scenario we just did with the lost item, what would you rank that?
Probably a 3, because although I think the process seems really easy and simple and straightforward, the only I guess criticism I can have of it is the fact that it's it kind of makes sense to be here, but I feel like, when people are, really worried because they are thinking like, okay, how am I gonna get this phone back? Maybe this wouldn't be the place where they look first.
Okay,
They might eventually get here, but it's not usually the first thought.
got it. All right, anything else you want to just share overall?
Not really, I guess. I don't really have anything additional to say.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time, Michael.
Okay.